I was recently asked by the BYOB podcast, I had a great time, if I ever doubted God, if I ever doubted my calling. And this is what I had to say.
I think I came to preach today. That wasn't that funny.
Yeah, I mean, I think I have these moments of doubt for sure, you know.
Mm-hmm.
Every time the Lord has responded in a way that, and I've legit like just and when you say doubt, I think you're talking about like doubting God.
Yes, but feel free to go
yeah
wherever your mind takes you with the word doubt.
Yeah, I think that there are moments that I've doubted God. I don't know if I've like doubted God's existence. I want to say like I believed in God before I was even born. Sometimes I feel like, like it's so weird. Like I don't think I've ever doubted God's existence.
That's so good.
You know, it's never gone beyond like maybe a question, you know, like does God exist, you know, but I think I love that.
Yeah, like I feel, and I'm sorry because I'll forget. Like I feel like I've never doubted God's existence. I just feel like I doubt the interpretations others have about God, about godly things. Yeah. Like that's where my doubts are.
Yeah, that's exactly it. Yeah, you know.
I've said to interject with his interjection. I always
this is what Thanksgiving in a Hispanic home looks like.
For me, I used to say it's not that I don't trust the Bible, I just don't trust who's brought it to me. Understanding that it's been translated, understanding that people have taught me to read a Bible, understanding that you could walk to you could be walking down the street, bump into the Mother Church of God people, and they will use the same YouVersion Bible app scripture, and it's like, that is possible. And so, I relate to that. What were you saying before?
No, that I had those moments of doubt in some sense. I don't think I've ever doubted his existence. You know, I've if there is something that I have doubted is at times his involvement, you know. So I think, you know, when we talk about like agnostic and, you know, there is a belief there that there is a God, but he's completely, you know, disconnected from humanity. Right. In some ways there have been those moments that I've had doubts, but God has remained faithful, you know, through and through. Like, and I think about that because I'm like, God don't need to answer me. You know, like God doesn't need to prove himself to me.
So good. Like when David said, "What is man that you are mindful of?" I'm like,
but then he does. You know, but then
and we're always on his mind.
And then he's like, you know, like then he does talk, and then he does show up, and he doesn't need to prove it, but he does, you know, and that has been a tremendous thing for me, you know, in my relationship with the Lord. So there's been doubts there. There's been doubts of you know, even your calling, right? Like those are things that you wrestle with.
So true.
But again, I mean, if one thing I learned back in 2013 is that it would always be about me. So if we did great, it's because of my leadership, and if we did bad, it was because of my incompetence, and it was all glory to Ro. And the flip side to that was when things failed, it was like, you're terrible. You know, so there was a beat up aspect to it. So I think in those moments of just doubting your calling and doubting if you're good enough and doubting if you're, you know, could you even do anything here? Man, God, again, just continuously is faithful and shows up in so many ways, whether it's through community, whether it's just you open up the scriptures and it's there, whether it's something you heard in the radio and it's just disconnected from what you're actually going through, but it's relevant in some way. God's been faithful.
That's good.
Hey, thank you so much for watching this video. And if you'd like to watch more like it, be sure to subscribe so that you won't miss anything we release. You can also hit the bell icon so that you'll be notified as soon as we do so. And if you'd like to watch our live stream service every Sunday, all the information is in the description below. God bless you. See you soon.